Coming up right now on Marlborough this week, Assabet Valley received a check for a little over $33 million to help fund their renovation project. A natural gas explosion on Grant Court completely demolished a house and was heard by neighbors near and far. Also, Hurricane Sandy blew in and out of the city on Monday, leaving its fair share of residents without power. These stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough this week. Welcome to Marlborough this week. I'm Alicia Brandt. After days of preparation and days of cleanup, it is safe to say that the city of Marlborough has survived Hurricane Sandy. Monday evening, Hurricane Sandy blew through the Metro West area, causing damage and shutting off power to thousands of residents. Sandy, a Category 1 hurricane, combined with two other powerful storm systems, caused massive damage along the East Coast. In Marlborough, Mayor Vigin and the rest of the city officials were prepared and informed residents of updates on the storm through various mediums.
Since I took office in January, we implemented Facebook, and we've been utilizing our website also. So my aide was on there on a regular basis just to update residents as much as possible. We also did a call on our new Blackboard information system to just let people know what was coming.
By 8:30 p.m. Monday night, 2,318 Marlborough residents were without power, along with many other towns across the state experiencing blackouts. The massive storm left trees and debris in the road, making many unpassable. The mayor said National Grid and tree crews are still working hard to get the city back to normal in the aftermath.
And National Grid is out there. We have a liaison that's working with us directly, is assigned just to Marlborough. The communication's been better, but we still have a big concern that we have so many residents down. We need to get that power back up. Some of the areas, we made sure initially that all those wires that were down were deactivated. That was the most important thing.
We got hit pretty hard. There's a lot of power down, a lot of trees down. Thank God there wasn't that much rain, so we didn't have too much flooding or what have you. We were up to about 50% of the city was without power.
Schools in Marlborough have reopened after 2 days off due to Sandy. Mayor Vigin urged residents to check on elderly and sickly neighbors, and if anyone has a medical issue and is still without power, to call the mayor's office at 508-460-3770. Hurricane Sandy sure did prove to be a series of unfortunate events, especially for one man as he was struck by a pickup truck simply trying to get to the other side of the road. On Monday afternoon, only hours before the height of Hurricane Sandy hit, a man was struck by a white pickup truck while crossing the sidewalk in front of the old fire station building. The driver of the vehicle immediately stopped, and emergency vehicles responded within minutes. The middle-aged man was transported via ambulance to Marlborough Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The white pickup truck was towed from the scene, and the driver was cited for crosswalk violation. There is no further information regarding the victim's condition. It was a long couple of days for Marlborough's emergency response team when a house exploded on Grant Court, requiring all hands on deck. Early Sunday morning, a little after 1 a.m., fire, EMS, and police crews responded to a house explosion at 15 Grant Court in Marlborough. The one occupant of the home was found injured outside and was transported to UMass Worcester Hospital, where his condition is currently unknown. The explosion is still under investigation. However, there is one theory as to how the accident occurred.
The investigation is still going on, but it has been determined to be a gas explosion, and it was just confined to that one house. There's nothing out in the street area. It was some sort of malfunction or event that took place within the structure, which caused it to explode.
The home was completely destroyed when crews arrived at the scene. The Marlborough Fire Department was able to suppress the few small fires that remained on the property after the blast. With Hurricane Sandy quickly approaching, it was a rush to clean up the area before heavy winds blew in.
The property right now has been cleaned up There was a push to get it cleaned up Sunday with the impending storm, the storm that was heading in. So there was a good effort by the owner and the people involved to get the area cleaned up before we had another hazard of the debris blowing around.
Considering the closeness of the properties in the neighborhood, there was still minimal damage to the surrounding homes. Several vehicles were hit with flying debris, as was the rectory of the IC Church. 4 years sure does fly by. Election Day is this coming Tuesday. Don't forget to head out to the polls and cast your vote. With Election Day being less than a week away, the Marlborough City Clerk's office is hard at work preparing voting locations and voting supplies.
Our expectations for Election Day have been met thus far. Obviously, it's extremely busy. We try to accommodate every absentee voter as they come in. We want to process paperwork as quickly as possible, but we feel that overall we're definitely heading in the right direction, and we're very anxiously awaiting Election Day.
The city is expecting a great turnout on Election Day.
4 years ago, I had an approximate 82% turnout, which was awesome. At this point, we have 21,740 registered voters, and so far, we've received a request for 1,462 absentee ballots. Not all of them have been returned, but we continue to get them on a daily basis.
The polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesday, November 6th. For polling locations or more information, visit the City Clerk's website or call 508-460-3775. After years of preparation and hard work, Assabet Valley Regional Technical High School can finally celebrate after receiving a little over $33 million to help fund their upcoming renovation project. State Treasurer Steve Grossman signed a ceremonial check to Assabet Valley Regional Technical High School for $33 million. This money will be used to help fund a portion of the $62.4 million renovation of the nearly 40-year-old school.
This is all about being optimistic about the future and giving our students an opportunity to be winners in this 21st century innovation economy. As good as this building will be, and it will be spectacular, and we will be here to do that ribbon cutting. As good as the technology will be that is in this building to give our students the technology they need, it's the quality of the education that our teachers bring every day. And the teachers here bring their A game every single day. And it's that chemistry between a great building, great technology, and great teachers that really makes the difference.
Despite the long process of acquiring funding for the project, the high school's administration team is excited to see the work begin and is thankful to everyone for believing in them and approving the project.
This is a very exciting day for Assabet Valley. We began this process back in October of 2009, if you can believe it. And I really thought this would be done in a year or two. I've got to honestly tell you that. On November 16th, 2012, we received approval from MSBA that they were going to support our project. So thank you so much for believing in us. Thank you so much for sharing 54% of this project, MSBA, and thank you to the towns for sharing your responsibility.
The renovation project calls for new doors and windows to make the school 30% more energy efficient, meeting handicap accessibility codes, replacing the school's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems, improvements to the school's science labs, replacement of the school's roof, upgrade to the school's fire panel system, and the installation of a sprinkler system in sections of the building. Construction teams are scheduled to break ground this spring. As the Rotary Club continues to celebrate its 90th year, they held another great fundraising event last weekend. Megan Mellon has the story.
On the heels of the Rotary Club's 90th anniversary gala, in which they raised over $12,000 for the Cancer Pavilion at Marlborough Hospital, the Rotary Club is at it again.
What do you got for us today?
A couple outdoor tables.
Okay.
On Saturday, the Rotary Club held another fundraiser for the local charities that they support by holding a community recycling event at the Whitcomb Middle School. They are hoping to haul in another large amount of money.
That's going to help with the community charities, as well as we're heading into our turkey shoot, which is our biggest event, which will be the 17th of November. There's just a lot going on this year, and we're just bopping from one thing to another.
The items that Rotary were accepting for recycling included large appliances, yard and lawn equipment, and even televisions, which made some residents very happy.
Because they've been sitting down cellar for a while. I mean, where do you go with an old TV set? Nobody wants them. So this is a godsend, really.
From the Cancer Pavilion to the community recycling benefit and all the other fundraisers that Rotary holds, it's not a surprise to see so many community members donating to the club.
It enables us to give more money back to the community in the city of Marlborough. There's a lot of needy families, and there's a stronger need to support them. So this year has been really exciting for us, being that we're celebrating our 90th year.
So the Rotary Club has managed to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They've raised funds for the community and done their part for the environment by recycling. From Whitcomb Middle School, I'm Megan Mellon for Marlborough This Week.
Milford's football team will be joining the rest of their school in its transition to the Hockomock League. But before they go, they faced Marlborough for one final game. Alexandra Grace is at Marlborough High with the highlights.
Hey Alicia, thank you. This was the last foreseeable matchup between Milford and Marlborough. The Panthers can't afford any losses if they want to make it to playoffs, and leaving a lasting impression on Milford seems to have given the Panthers extra motivation. The Panthers had a huge running game. Jose Caquillas with an impressive 132 total yards. Early on, Marlborough moves the ball down the field. Just 3 minutes into the game, Mike Yates connects with Caquillas on a 22-yard pass for a touchdown. They go for the extra point, and it's good, 7-0 Marlborough. Milford struggling against the Panthers' defense. Marlborough gets the ball. Caquillas comes around back and takes off. A 32-yard run into the end zone. Huge blocks on this play from Dylan Garvey and William Cowdrey. At the end of the first half, the Panthers lead it 13-0. Milford starts off the second half strong, driving down the field 61 yards. They get to the 8-yard line at 4th and 2 and decide to go for the field goal, but it's wide left. Still 13-0 Panthers. 3 plays later, it's Caquillas. Man, he's fast. He breaks away for a 74-yard touchdown run to make it 20-0. Milford does get points on the board after Marlborough makes a bad snap, resulting in a safety. Down 18, the Scarlet Hawks don't give up. They break through the Panthers line and score. They go for the 2-point conversion and get it. It won't be enough. Marlborough gets the win, 20-10. Let's hear the Panthers' reaction to being one step closer to playoffs.
I'm really excited. I think the whole team's motivated. They know, I know, the coaches know we can definitely make it to playoffs. So we can definitely beat any team that stands in our way. Oh, it means so much. Starting my junior year, going to playoffs, I would be so happy, so happy.
2 weeks ago, Coach Murphy did a pregame talk, and he said basically we're in a playoff mode right now. We're winning out, so we're focused on one game at a time. We've taken care of business to this point. If we don't do our part, then it doesn't matter what anyone else does. So yeah, we have to win out right now.
The Panthers advance their record to 3-5. Next, they travel to Westboro to face the Rangers, who are coming off of a huge win against Wachusett. Back to you, Alicia.
Thanks, Al. The city of Marlborough has become quite the attraction for businesses, and with last week's annual business summit, city officials learned more ways to attract and maintain a group of employees. The Marlborough Economic Development Corporation recently sponsored its 3rd annual Business Innovation Summit, an event that focuses on the actions businesses and local governments can take to attract and keep a desirable pool of employees in the borough's region. Lately, the city of Marlborough has been exceeding expectations.
How have we been doing in the city of Marlborough? We've been doing pretty well. We've been very, very, very fortunate. When I took office back in January, one of my commitments was to do outreach to the business community. Since then, working with the MEDC, I've made over 140 phone calls to businesses in the office park, both large and small, to make sure that they feel welcome. Obviously, the first thing out of your mouths was, how much is it going to cost me? You know, in this case, it's not going to cost you anything. It's just a question of we want to be there for you as you're expanding and growing. We want to make sure you're doing it here in the city of Marlborough.
Marlborough has been doing a great job at bringing new companies to the city and keeping them here. The city is ever expanding and hopes to keep up with the economic development occurring across the state.
We think it's terrific, and the fact that Marlborough is focused on innovation as really our key competitive strength and the way to improve our economy ties very closely to what Governor Patrick and I have been trying to do for the last 5 years. If we know we're only going to be successful if government is working closely together with business and the academic sector. This is something that you cannot, you're not going to be able to mandate what people are doing. You have to build a partnership. You have to get everybody to want to do it. And the best way to that we've found, and what you are finding already, is to really lay out a common vision, get a lot of people involved in creating that vision, and then people feel they have ownership of it.
Lately, the emphasis in the city has been on the quality of life improvements for employees, rather than traditional concerns about finances. As a result, the city is revamping some of its trails and paths, and has also applied for a grant to create a new bike and walking path on Cimarano Drive. These improvements hope to further attract businesses and their employees. Route 20 is one of the oldest and longest highways in America, and it passes right through Marlborough. One man decided that he was not only going to drive its entire length, but he was also going to raise Route 20 awareness. A new nonprofit organization has sprouted in Boston, promoting and preserving one of Marlborough's main roads, Route 20. Brian Farr, the founder and CEO of the recently established historic U.S. Route 20 Association, decided in 2010 to travel one of America's longest highway from coast to coast.
So in learning about Route 20, I finally realized, oh, Route 20 goes from Boston all the way to the Pacific Ocean, and it's the longest highway in the country. That to me was the impetus to say, I want to do this. This is a great road trip. Everybody seemed to talk about Route 66, this great road that people wanted to drive on. And to me, it was kind of like, well, if everybody's doing Route 66, why don't I go do something different where there isn't a lot of fanfare?
Brian used his cross-country trip on Route 20 to enjoy the sights and long stretch of road before him.
My trip on Route 20 was quite spontaneous. It just sort of happened almost overnight. But it took me 2 weeks exactly to go from Boston to Newport, Oregon. And I basically drove about 250 miles a day, just taking my time, stopping to see all the different sites that are out there.
There is a lot to be seen on Route 20.
There are several presidential homes that I didn't even know about that were on there. James Garfield, for one, and Ulysses S. Grant all had a home right on Route 20. Of course, this is before Route 20 ever became a highway, but it's the same location. And then there are roughly about 9 national park areas on Route 20 that you can go to, stretching all the way from Springfield at the Springfield Armory, and it originally actually takes you all the way to Yellowstone National Park. That was the original end of Route 20.
Brian's cross-country road trip was not just a great experience, it gave him his idea to start the Route 20 Association.
The mission of the historic U.S. Route 20 Association is to promote and preserve what is on Route 20 itself, such as the historical structures, the businesses, and just the culture on Route 20 itself.
The historic Route 20 Association was established this October and has many plans and goals for the future of Route 20. To learn more about Route 20's history and to help preserve its legacy, be sure to visit historicus20.org. That's all for this week. Thank you for watching Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brandt. Please be sure to like WMCT-TV on Facebook. And also, we've created a Twitter account. Follow me at AliciaWMCT for updates on Marlborough news and what's going on in the station. We're going to end our show with scenes of all the ghouls and goblins that haunted Main Street in Marlborough at last week's Horribles Parade. Thanks again, and as always, tune in next week for more in Marlborough News.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
he did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker Five.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
It's now the mash.
Then you can monster mash
The monster mash.
and do my graveyard
Then you can
smash.
mash.
You'll catch on in a flash.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash. Mash. Easy, Igor. You impetuous young boy. Mash good.
Monster mash. Monster mash. Monster mash.
Coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Election day is over, and with over half the city registered to vote, Marlborough polls were swarmed with voters. A two-alarm fire ripped through a two-family home at 9 Locator Court, leaving 3 people homeless. Also, the Marlborough Panthers are looking for another win to improve their chances at making the playoffs. These stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brandt. After going head-to-head in several debates and campaigning for months, President Barack Obama pulled ahead of Mitt Romney in the polls and was re-elected to serve as the U.S. president for the next 4 years. We headed out to the polls in Marlborough. Here's what people had to say about Barack Obama.
I feel that he's really good because I think he definitely fights for equality and also just trying to get us out of these wars and also making it easier for people to pay for school. I'm currently a college student, so I just want to see tuition go down, make it easier for access for people to have good health care and good education. I feel it's a right for everyone.
I voted for Barack Obama. Just based on what I heard at speeches and when I did my research myself, it seemed like he had a much more better strategy for the country economically, as well as just caring for the well-being of the American citizens. I feel that in terms of his plan for healthcare, his plans for the war in Iraq, it sounds like it's all is much, much, much better.
I voted for President Obama. I feel the devil we know is better than the devil we don't know, but we do know Mitt Romney, and I'm not a fan.
Although Obama did beat out Mitt Romney in the Marlborough polls, we found some voters that were pro-Romney.
I'm a true independent, and I'm definitely going for Mitt Romney. I mean, my business is related to real estate, so I really think he's going to be a help to small businesses, which is the backbone of the U.S. We get the small businesses rolling.
I voted for Romney because I feel that he is a Christian man, and being a pastor myself, I think that he's best for the country.
There are also a couple of local races on the ballot. In the state Senate race, current state Senator Jamie Eldridge was victorious over Republican Dean Cavaretta. And in the race for state representative, Danielle Gregoire beat Stephen Levy by 233 votes. We spoke to her after the election about her reaction and her next moves.
It feels good. We're really looking forward to January. You know, we put in a ton of work and everyone helped out so much. We couldn't have done it alone, and I just can't wait to get back to work for those people that helped us out. Well, over the coming weeks, I will be working on developing some legislation. There will be some legislation that I had filed previously that I will continue to file. We had some bills regarding financial literacy curriculum that we're still haven't been able to pass over the past few years, so we'll be working on that. I've got some consumer protection legislation that I'm looking into. Also, I'm sure I'll be looking for some campaign finance reform bills and some good government bills. And you know, I'm open to suggestions, so I certainly would encourage people to get in touch with me if they have any ideas, because that's what we're there for.
Veterans Day is this weekend, and you can honor Marlborough's local heroes by attending the annual Veterans Day Parade. On Sunday, October 11th at 10 a.m., the annual Veterans Day Parade will be held beginning on John Street. Bob Page, Marlborough veteran, further explains the parade's route and its importance.
So the parade will start at 10 o'clock at John Street, which is down St. Mary's Credit Union, and march and stop at all of the monuments on the way up to the very final monument. We turn around and come back down to the Doughboy Monument at the Walker Building. This year what's different is we have the 6th grade from the charter school from AMSA that's going to be singing God Bless America. This is something new. And then we will have our speaker. Our speaker this year is Krista Copenhaul Lynch, who is a Navy veteran and also a school teacher here in Marlborough. It's a great idea to get out and support your veterans and to honor those that have served this country. And you know, it's just important. We love to see the crowds out there. And in the past, we've had really good crowds. Sunday's supposed to be a nice day, so come on out.
To view the parade in its entirety, please visit www.WMCT-TV.com for playtimes. On Thursday, a two-family home was destroyed after heavy fire tore through the 2nd floor, accelerated up through the 3rd floor, and burned part of the roof. Marlborough Engines 1, 2, and 3, Rescue Vehicle 1, and Tower 1 responded to a 2-alarm fire this week. As the fire grew, Chief Fortin made the call to request additional aid from Hudson, Northborough, Southborough, and Sudbury.
Just prior to 5 a.m., Dispatch Center received 911 calls reporting a structure fire at Locketshore Court. When the first in companies arrived, they found heavy fire on the 2nd floor extending to the 3rd.
The 3 occupants of the home were reported to have minor injuries but were quickly released from the hospital.
One occupant who was living on the 1st floor was taken for observation and was released prior to us leaving the scene. We had one fire transported late into the incident with a minor injury and has been released.
The incident was terminated at 11:02 a.m. and the cause of the fire is still undetermined.
This time the fire is still under investigation. It has been determined to be, it had started on the 2nd floor, and again, that's where the large amount of fire was when they arrived. The weather conditions hindered the operation a little bit. There was a pretty gusty wind. There was a strong wind that hampered the firefighting efforts and accelerated the flame.
If you have a lot of small brush or leaves but have no place to dispose of them, Allied Waste Services will be collecting them for the next couple of weeks. Liz Berry has more on the story.
The City of Marlborough's Department of Public Works and commercial hauler Allied Waste Services will be providing curbside collection of yard waste, which started November 5th and will end Friday, November 30th. All residents who are currently being served by the city's curbside collection program are eligible for collection services. Thomas Temple, Assistant Commissioner of Operations, explained what could be collected.
They can put out the biodegradable bags with leaves and yard waste, twigs, branches, small things. They have trees that have fallen from the recent storm event. As long as they bundle those up in 4-foot sections, and they keep them so that they're tied together. Our commercial haul will take them away.
Along with biodegradable paper bags, old trash barrels may also be used. The maximum collection weight allowed for both receptacles is 50 pounds, and grass clippings will not be accepted as part of the yard waste curbside collection. Additionally, yard waste will not be accepted in plastic bags. Temple feels as long as people stay informed, the collection will be a success.
I've seen a lot of the bags out curbside already waiting for their collection day, so hopefully people check our website out to make sure that they get their leaves collected in their yard waste.
For more information or to find out your collection day, please visit www.marlborough-ma.gov to find the yard waste collection map. For Marlborough This Week, this is Liz Berry reporting.
Holiday season is upon us, and Marlborough has plenty of events to bring out your holiday spirit. One of these events is the Festival of Trees. Don't forget to mark your calendars for this weekend event. The 5th Annual Festival of Trees will be held at the Best Western Royal Plaza Trade Center, December 7th through the 9th. The 47,500 square foot venue is the largest setting the event has ever had and will be hosted jointly by the Marlborough Historical Society and Old Marlborough Incorporated. Bob Kane, curator of the Historical Society, explained how the funds raised at the Festival of Trees will help with the upkeep of the Peter Rice homestead.
We need to do constant work to that, and this is one of our ways to keep it up, is through this. It costs us a lot of money to heat it, a lot of money for upkeep and so forth, and repairs. It's unfortunately, it's a lot of Band-Aid repairs, I call them, because we can't do major work that costs. To renovate the Peter Rice homestead, the 1688 Peter Rice homestead would cost at least $1 million. We can't get a mortgage for that. We can't get any grant money for it because we don't own the land. So we're working at trying to get to own the land.
Due to the larger venue, many new attractions have been added to the festival. Among these are the new North Pole Playland, featuring rides, games, storytelling, and more, and a gingerbread village comprised of gingerbread houses of all shapes and sizes. A Dickens village featuring an old Victorian London street, complete with Dickens characters, carolers, and more, will also be among the new attractions. Other popular attractions, including the Avenue of Wreaths, Crafters Area, miniature Victorian village, and train display, and decorated Christmas trees will be expanded.
There's quite a lot to see. People are going to get, it truly is be a holiday festival. It has a little bit of everything, a lot of fun for the kids, a lot of fun for everybody. The grandparents can come with the grandkids and they can enjoy themselves.
Admission prices are $8 for adults and $5 for children and seniors. Discounted coupons will be circulated through the Metro West area, and there will be a special senior discount on Saturday between 10 and 3. For more information or to find out how to get involved, visit www.historicmarlborough.org or www.metrowestfot.org. For those who are ready to start their holiday shopping, a holiday boutique will be popping up right after Thanksgiving to help with your shopping needs. On Tuesday, November 27th from 6 to 9 p.m., the Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce will be hosting a shopping boutique.
It's going to be at the Main Street Cafe. They will be our hosts for the evening. We are having 12 vendors. People can come from 6 to 9 and shop. It's going to be cash and carry, and we expect a good crowd.
Along with the vendors, there will be a cash bar and holiday treats on sale, as well as raffle prizes. Also, attendees can sell old or broken gold jewelry. There is no charge for admission, but please bring a non-perishable food item to be donated to the Marlborough Community Cupboard.
We're hosting it just as a fun-filled evening for our chamber members and their guests and the general public. It is a free event. It's open to the public, and it's just a way to get together before the holidays. It'll be right after Thanksgiving, so people will be thinking about Christmas gifts at that time, holiday gifts, and it's just a fun night, very relaxed atmosphere, and we hope to have a good time.
For more information, please call the Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce at 508-488-7746. Boston Scientific Corporation, a world-renowned company on the cutting edge of healthcare technology, announced Thursday that it will consolidate its Natick global headquarters into its Marlborough location, where a new global headquarters will be established. In a recent statement, Mayor Arthur Vigent said, "The expansion of Boston Scientific in the city of Marlborough is a proud moment for our community and is a direct result of the hard work and collaboration of my office, the City Council, and the MEDC. I am thrilled that our community will continue to be a part of their growth for years to come and look forward to the many benefits their success will bring to our city. Panthers football took on Westboro at Mawiney Field. It was a close, low-scoring game, and Marlborough just barely got the W. Alexandra Grace joins us now from the newsroom with highlights from this very important win.
Thanks, Alicia. That's exactly right. When the only chance of making it to playoffs is winning out, it doesn't matter if you win by 1 point or 50 points. A win is a win. No score going into the second half. Panthers take possession on their 38-yard line. QB Mike Yates with a quick pass to Jose Caquillas. He runs it down the line to the Rangers' 35. Senior running back Paul Goulet finds the hole and moves the ball to the 26. It's 2nd and 1. Panthers making moves down the field, but actually lose a few yards on the next 2 plays. That didn't affect the Yates-Caquillas combo. Yates throws it deep to Caquillas. It's a 30-yard touchdown. Panthers would miss the extra point, but they're up 6-0. Marlborough's defense needing to step up big time here. It's 1st and goal. Rangers are on the 7. Junior quarterback Dan Orlando connects with Anthony Phillips, putting the ball on the 1-yard line. Westboro with the chance to tie the game. It's handed off to Phillips, and he's stopped. Clutch play from Marlborough's defense. Let's fast forward to the last minute of the game. Still 6-0 Marlborough. 56 seconds left. It's the same position from before. Rangers are 4th and goal from the 1 with the final chance to tie the game. This time it's handed off to Michael Heffernan, who tries to go right. He's stopped by Dylan Garvey and Shaquem Brookins. A huge save for the Panthers as they get the win, 6-0. We spoke with head coach Sean Mahoney to get his take on the team's critical win.
We made plays when we had to, so we didn't play particularly well, but we had 2 goal line stands, 2 at the end of the first half and then at the end of the game. So, you know, our kids are making plays when they have to. Defensively, we shut them out. We didn't play great, but we played great when we had to, when we absolutely had to. So, yes, when you have 4 wins, we'll take them any way we can get them.
All right, let's run. Positive games were defense, showing up when we needed to. We played good all game. Sometimes we didn't play that great, but we always held them out. And those 2 stops, 4th and goal from the 1, were the biggest.
Yeah, can you elaborate more on those stops?
The first one was they tried to go inside, and Shaquem Brookins, middle linebacker, just blew him up. And then Mike Bjorkman, our D-end, took him down. And then the second one, they tried to bounce it out, and we just were there. No, I think it's right. A win is a win is a win. Doesn't matter how you get it, just goes down in the stat book as a win.
This was their first shutout of the season. They host Leominster next, and I'm sure they'd like to add another shutout to their record. Alicia?
Al, you've mentioned before, the Panthers have to win out for a chance to make the playoffs. But they need some extra help, right?
Extra help is a great way to put it. Making it to playoffs is based on the Walker points system. The Panthers need Holy Name to lose their last games. And of course, Marlborough has to win out for a chance to make it. Back to you.
There's another reason for Marlborough to celebrate. The city recently received a grant that will help local Section 8 families get back on their feet. The Community Development Authority's Housing Division recently received a Family Self-Sufficiency Grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for $38,000. Doug Bushman, Housing Director for the CDA, explained what this grant will go towards.
The grant is going to help Section 8 clients achieve self-sufficiency by acquiring a job. We're going to hire a coordinator that's going to work with the Section 8 families that are on the list. The majority of families are in the poverty range of under $40,000 a year for a family of 4. We're going to help them acquire the skills to apply and get a job.
There are about 130 local families that are currently receiving Section 8 vouchers. However, 46 individuals will be able to participate in the program. Bushman further explained the importance of this grant to Marlborough.
But simple things of arranging childcare to go to interviews, to write a resume, to acquire interview skills. They need these skills to actually find a job. A lot of people really don't know how to apply for a job. And this position is going to help those families get those stepping stones, but it does not guarantee a job.
The search for a family self-sufficiency coordinator is currently underway. Have you ever had the chance to see the 2 Red Sox World Series trophies? Well, next week is your opportunity because they'll be making their way into Marlborough. The Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce will be hosting their annual luncheon meeting on the 15th at the Best Western Royal Plaza Hotel.
This year, we have the opportunity to see 2 of the Red Sox World Series trophies. That'll be at the meeting. And also Dr. Steinberg. He is now the advisor, senior advisor to Larry Lucchino of the Red Sox. And he has been the executive vice president for public affairs from 2002 and 2007. We look forward to hearing him talk about the Red Sox, where they've been, where they're going, and I'm sure all of you are interested in where they're going, as I am.
The luncheon is a great way to bring chamber members together and wrap up the year's accomplishments.
The purpose of this annual meeting, number 1, is to get an update from our chairman of the board as to what we've done this year, all of our phenomenal accomplishments, but also to elect new directors to our board of directors, which is how we are run as a not-for-profit organization. The board of directors set the policy, set the strategic plan, set the business plan for the coming year. And that's how we accomplish so much.
For your opportunity to hear Dr. Steinberg and see the World Series trophies, visit marlboroughchamber.org. That's all for this week. Thank you for watching Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brand. Please be sure to like WMCT-TV on Facebook. And also, we've created a Twitter account. Follow me at Alicia WMCT for updates on Marlborough news and what's going on in the station. Thanks again, and as always, tune in next week for more in Marlborough News. Coming up right now on Marlborough This Week, students at Marlborough High were able to get their own taste of reality. Marlborough honored their veterans when the annual Veterans Day Parade marched down Main Street. Also, the Red Sox World Series trophies were in town this week at the annual Marlborough Chamber of Commerce luncheon. These stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brandt. Veterans Day is a holiday meant to honor our country's soldiers, past and present, and Marlborough did just that last Sunday with the annual Veterans Day Parade. On Sunday, November 11th, Marlborough celebrated its veterans in its annual Veterans Day Parade. Veterans Day marks the anniversary of the end of World War I and honors all U.S. veterans living or deceased. Featured speaker and Navy veteran Krista Copenell-Lynch explained the importance of Veterans Day.
Veterans Day is a time when we pause and remember those individuals who have served our country.
The parade started on Short Street and traveled down Main Street, stopping at all the war monuments along the way. At each monument, a gun salute and taps honored veterans as a wreath was laid. The parade ended at the Doughboy Monument outside the Walker Building, where students from the Advanced Math and Science Academy sang God Bless America. In her speech, Copenell-Lynch voiced the importance of women's veterans in our nation's history.
I was that sailor in Repair Locker 5 during General Quarters. Until the 1980 census, women were not asked if they had ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces, and according to that 1980 census, 1.2 million answered that they had. According to the California Research Bureau, there are now over 1.8 million women veterans nationwide. Women veterans represent 7.5% of the total U.S. veteran population of 23.4 million.
The Whitcomb Middle School and Marlborough High School marching band walked alongside Cub Scout troops on Sunday. The City Council, Marlborough firefighters, and representatives from the Veterans Council, American Legion, and Disabled American Veterans also marched in the parade. A 911 call to a residential area off of Hosmer Street ended with one dead. The responding officer was forced to shoot when a 22-year-old man came at him with a knife. The shot ended up killing the man. The name of the police officer has yet to be released, and he is currently on paid administrative leave from the station. The Middlesex District Attorney's Office is investigating a fatal police shooting which occurred Monday evening at 52 Meadowbrook Road in Marlborough. Marlborough police responded to the home for a reported domestic disturbance and to assist in removing an unwanted person. When police arrived at the scene, a man identified as 22-year-old Bryce Catino confronted officers with a knife. A Marlborough police officer discharged his weapon, and Catino was pronounced dead at the scene. Catino had recently been arrested on November 2nd on a warrant for assault and battery against a woman. The investigation remains active and ongoing. It has been a busy week for both the City Council and School Committee. With the search for a new superintendent underway and the assignment of the Bigelow School to a new company, members had a lot to talk about. At the City Council meeting last week, a request to enter into a 25-year lease agreement with Assabet Valley Collaborative was approved. The request by Mayor Arthur Vigent now allows the AVC to occupy the Bigelow School for the next 25 years. Over the duration of the contract, the city will receive $4.5 million in revenue from AVC. Any maintenance or improvements to the building will be the responsibility of AVC. In other news, councilors approved reappointments of James Confrey, Brenda Costa, and Sheila Brecken to the Council on Aging for 4-year terms each. The City Council also approved appointments of Stephen Zept to the Youth Commission and Sean McCarthy to the Planning Board. This week at the school committee meeting, the district announced it is requesting the help of residents in the search for a new superintendent. A survey has been posted on the school committee website, and they'll be holding a forum later this month to see what qualities the public feels are important in a new leader. In the meeting on Tuesday, the board heard a presentation from John Connolly of Hazard Young and Atia, the company hired to help in the search for a new superintendent. This presentation focused on the search process, including the public forum to be held on Monday, November 26th from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Little Theater at the high school on Bolton Street. The survey will run until November 30th and can be found at www.mps-edu.org. Connolly plans to use the information compiled to find a candidate that will fit that profile. Rather than simply tossing graduating students into the real world, Marlborough High School took the opportunity to teach students budgeting and financing at this week's reality fair. The Marlborough Rotary Club hosted their annual reality fair at Marlborough High School. This reality fair gives students a taste of real-world financial situations by giving them a monthly income and having them budget their money, taking into consideration student loans, car payments, credit card payments, housing expenses, food expenses, and much more.
One of the things that make this a success is that it's fun, it's interactive, it's like a game, so that they're going to engage and they're going to learn from it, whereas if they were sitting in the classroom being lectured to, they might doze off.
The reality fair gives all Marlborough High students the opportunity to gain financial literacy. However, for some students, the knowledge gained at the reality fair is further enhanced in the classroom.
We talk about real-life situations and revenues and expenses and net pay and all of those things in the classroom. What doesn't happen, not every child can take accounting as elective. They can't fit it in their schedule. So we offer this reality fair so that everyone can be touched upon and know what real life expenses are out there. Most of the students here decide that it's in their best interest to stick with mom and dad for a little longer until they have figured out exactly where they're going in life and they're done with college and maybe some of their loans. So that's why this reality fair is so important for financial literacy for all of the students at Marlborough High School, not just the ones that can take accounting and are exposed to this all year round.
High school seniors truly benefit from this event because with graduation around the corner, budgeting will soon become their main priority.
It's helping me realize how to manage money and what comes first throughout every different setup we have to go through. It realizes, oh, you should go to this next so that you have this for your life. It's kind of putting things into perspective.
Benefiting from this reality fair by learning how I'm going to spend my money in real life. It's a little bit different right now because I don't have bills, but I'm learning fast my money's going to go.
Student loans are one of the biggest expenses college graduates will have to manage. As a result, it was very important for students to incorporate these loans into their monthly budget.
What I'm trying to teach students is that if they're going for higher education, going for a degree, they will probably have a student loan somewhere along the way. Many students think college is completely free, which we know it's not. And they'll come into the reality fair and right away go for a car or go for a phone. It's forget the student loan. So I'm trying to teach them that they have to pay their student loan.
The reality fair is a great lesson for the students. It even helps them learn how to properly spend their money on fun expenses.
Well, I think it gives them the idea of things that they haven't really thought about. I mean, even on travel, if you travel off-season, it's a lot less money. If you come and you want to go to Italy in July, the air ticket could be $1,200. If you go in March, it could be $800 or $600. I mean, there's a lot of ways to save money and to get better prices, and I can help them with that and help them plan so they can do some traveling.
The Rotary Club began hosting this event when they noticed a significant increase in bankruptcy among young adults. It has been helping students create contacts and receive budget information for 8 years. This year's Marlborough Chamber of Commerce annual luncheon sparked the interest of many Red Sox fans when both Red Sox World Series trophies were brought in for viewing and pictures. Every year, the Marlborough Chamber of Commerce hosts their annual luncheon meeting in order to look back on the previous year's accomplishments and bring together the community.
Our annual luncheon is the time where we elect new directors to the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. That's the business part of what we do. But the pleasure part of what we do is we bring many, many people together. More than 150 people have come together today to enjoy lunch, but more importantly, to listen to Dr. Charles Steinberg from the Red Sox Nation, and also to see the 2 World Series trophies. We're kind of hoping that by doing this, the next Red Sox season will be a great success and maybe a 3rd trophy.
Dr. Charles Steinberg reminds listeners that despite last year's season, you must always remember the magic of Red Sox Nation and continue to believe in the team.
Whether it's a fan of 11 or whether it is a 92 and a 94-year-old pair of teammates, whether it's people who watch us from other countries, elsewhere in the United States, here in New England, here in Marlborough, it's that sense of personal connection that I think is the heart and the heartbeat of what we have. And don't know how many games we'll win next year. I hope we win enough to get another trophy. But that I can't control. What you do believe you can control is the heart of the club.
Luncheon attendees were able to view and take pictures with the 2004 and 2007 Red Sox World Series trophies. Now we'll have to wait and see what trophies next year's luncheon will bring. If anyone is looking to satisfy their sweet tooth around the holidays, but just does not have the time to bake at home, Assabet Valley's Epicurean Room has the perfect solution for you. On Tuesday, November 20th, the Epicurean Room will be hosting its annual bake sale. The student-run restaurant out of Assabet Valley Regional Technical High School started the bake sale 6 years ago after members of the community requested baked goods for the start of the holiday season.
We started it years ago. We had a lot of people calling, inquiring if we did pastries for Thanksgiving. They didn't want to bake at home. They wanted to get stuff from here. They wanted to support the school, so we decided, why not? Let's do it. So we started quite small with the kids to give them some experience and make a lot of different things to offer, and it's just grown over the years. The kids love it, they look forward to it. It's just become really popular.
Preparations for this bake sale started as early as a month ago, and students have been busy working to complete all of the baked goods. Some of the items being sold from the bakery includes pies, cakes, breads, cookies, and other pastries. Proceeds from the sale go towards covering preparation costs and back to the students who help run the restaurant.
Students here have a tip fund, so anytime that we do any special things or we have tips, the money goes into there. When we go on field trips or we want to make different purchases for the kids, if we decide we want to do sweatshirts with the culinary logo, or have a pizza party or a Chinese party, and we decide, you know what, we're going to take the day off from cooking, let's order it just like anybody else would, and have a little party. That's the types of things that we like to give back to them. But it's really just about covering the cost to keep the program going so we can keep the experience for the kids going.
The Epicureans Bake Sale will be open from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. It was close, and Marlborough gave one heck of a fight, but the Panthers football team fell short again against Leominster, knocking themselves out of the playoffs. Alexandra Grace joins us now with more from the game. Al?
Hey Alicia, the Panthers were on a roll with a 3-game winning streak. They couldn't afford a single loss if they wanted to make it to playoffs, and they were well on their way towards reaching that goal until Leominster came to town and put an end to their post-season dreams. Panthers driving the ball down the field. QB Mike Yates hands it off to Willie Cowdery. Cowdery finds the hole and bursts through. He's down at the 4-yard line. Next play, it's Cowdery again. He gets the ball in for a touchdown. Yates misses the kick, and the Panthers are up 6-0. Leominster responds. Quarterback Garrett Delchie with a 19-yard run, putting the Blue Devils on the Panthers' 10. Delchie with a play-action pass to Jared Addo. Addo holds onto the ball as he's flipped into the end zone. Leominster attempts the 2-point conversion, but is stopped. Game's tied 6-6 at the end of the first. It was a busy final minute of the half, 43 seconds left. Delchie pushes through the pile and scores. They attempt the conversion pass, but it's incomplete. 6-12 Leominster. Tyjay Lenhart set to receive the kick. He starts off on the 15-yard line and takes off, running right up the middle and blows by Leominster all the way to the end zone for an 85-yard kickoff return touchdown. The extra point is good, and the Panthers take the lead 13-12. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half, Leominster starts off on their own 47, and with just one pass to Neil O'Connor, the Blue Devils regain the lead to end the wild half 13-20. 3.5 minutes left in the third. Delchie drops back and hits Addo on a wide receiver screen. Addo shakes off the tackles and runs the ball 57 yards, pushing the score to 13-28 Blue Devils. And if all these touchdowns weren't impressive enough, Yates throws a quick pass to Jose Caquillas. He cuts in and is gone. This one for 68 yards. The Panthers catch up and are just one score back from Leominster. It's 20-28. Just a few seconds to go in the third. Leominster's James Gurley scores from 7 yards out. Delchie adding to the scoreboard with a 1-yard touchdown run late in the fourth. Marlborough's unable to keep up with this one. The final score, 20-42 Leominster. Even though they won't make it to playoffs, the Panthers have a chance to end their season on a high note with the big rivalry game against Hudson Thanksgiving morning. Alicia?
Well, it sounds like Marlborough will have a lot of motivation going into the Hudson game.
Oh, absolutely. Not only are the Panthers fired up from their loss against Leominster and getting pushed out of the playoffs, but the rivalry with Hudson dates back to 1906. It's longer than any NFL, NHL, and NBA rivalry. They're gonna fight real hard for this one. Back to you.
If you stop by the Marlborough Public Library this week, you can view some local artwork. Liz Berry has more on the story.
Starting Tuesday, November 13th and ending Sunday, November 18th, the Friends of the Marlborough Public Library are hosting the 41st Annual Regional Juried Art Exhibition in the Bigelow Auditorium. Artists 18 years and older were asked to submit two-dimensional drawings, paintings, prints, and mixed media pieces to the show. Prizes were awarded for first, second, and third place, as well as 3 honorable mentions. Additional awards included the Sam Mabel Field Memorial Award for the Best Depiction of Nature and the Best of Marlborough Artist Award. Judges included Bruce Wood, Lisa Grunwald Bailey, and Gene Smith. Frank Bennett, who received the Best of Marlborough Award, discusses his excitement on receiving this honor.
I am very happy about the receiving this honor. I've just taken up oil painting, and this is one of the first pieces I've entered into a show, so I'm absolutely thrilled at winning this award for the Friends of the Library.
The exhibit is open to the public through Sunday and is free of charge. For Marlborough This Week, this is Liz Berry reporting.
Holiday season is upon us, and Marlborough has plenty of events to bring out your holiday spirit. One of these events is the Festival of Trees. Don't forget to mark your calendars for this weekend event. The 5th Annual Festival of Trees will be held at the Best Western Royal Plaza Trade Center, December 7th through the 9th. The 47,500 square foot venue is the largest setting the event has ever had and will be hosted jointly by the Marlborough Historical Society and Old Marlborough Incorporated. Bob Kane, curator of the Historical Society, explained how the funds raised at the Festival of Trees will help with the upkeep of the Peter Rice homestead.
We need to do constant work to that, and this is one of our ways to keep it up, is through this. It costs us a lot of money to heat it, a lot of money for upkeep and so forth, and repairs. It's unfortunately, it's a lot of Band-Aid repairs, I call them, because we can't do major work that costs. To renovate the Peter Rice homestead, the 1688 Peter Rice homestead would cost at least $1 million. We can't get a mortgage for that. We can't get any grant money for it because we don't own the land. So we're working at trying to get to own the land.
Due to the larger venue, many new attractions have been added to the festival. Among these are the new North Pole Playland, featuring rides, games, storytelling, and more, and a gingerbread village comprised of gingerbread houses of all shapes and sizes. A Dickens village featuring an old Victorian London street, complete with Dickens characters, carolers, and more, will also be among the new attractions. Other popular attractions, including the Avenue of Wreaths, Crafters Area, miniature Victorian village, and train display, and decorated Christmas trees will be expanded.
There's quite a lot to see. People are going to get, it truly is be a holiday festival. It has a little bit of everything, a lot of fun for the kids, a lot of fun for everybody. The grandparents can come with the grandkids and they can enjoy themselves.
Admission prices are $8 for adults and $5 for children and seniors. Discounted coupons will be circulated through the Metro West area, and there will be a special senior discount on Saturday between 10 and 3. For more information or to find out how to get involved, visit www.historicmarlborough.org or www.metrowestfot.org. For those who are ready to start their holiday shopping, a holiday boutique will be popping up right after Thanksgiving to help with your shopping needs. On Tuesday, November 27th from 6 to 9 p.m., the Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce will be hosting a shopping boutique.
It's going to be at the Main Street Cafe. They will be our hosts for the evening. We are having 12 vendors. People can come from 6 to 9 and shop. It's going to be cash and carry, and we expect a good crowd.
Along with the vendors, there will be a cash bar and holiday treats on sale, as well as raffle prizes. Also, attendees can sell old or broken gold jewelry. There is no charge for admission, but please bring a non-perishable food item to be donated to the Marlborough Community Cupboard.
We're hosting it just as a fun-filled evening for our chamber members and their guests and the general public. It is a free event. It's open to the public, and it's just a way to get together before the holidays. It'll be right after Thanksgiving, so people will be thinking about Christmas gifts at that time, holiday gifts, and it's just a fun night, very relaxed atmosphere, and we hope to have a good time.
For more information, please call the Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce at 508-488-7746. That's all for this week. Thank you for watching Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brandt. Due to the holiday next week, we will not be returning until November 30th. However, please continue to tune in to WMCT-TV for our latest shows and specials. Also, don't forget to like WMCT-TV on Facebook. And also, we've created a Twitter account. Follow me at Alicia WMCT for updates on Marlborough news and what's going on in the station. Thanks again, and see you next time. Coming up right now on Marlborough this week, Santa is coming to town next week for Marlborough's annual Home for the Holidays celebration. A holiday boutique at the Main Street Cafe helps shoppers get a head start on their holiday lists. Also, Marlborough children can send off their Christmas lists to the North Pole by dropping their letters in Santa's mailbox. These stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough this week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brandt. Every year on the first Friday in December, Santa makes a special visit to Marlborough for the Home for the Holidays celebration. This year, on December 6th, Santa Claus will be here again for pictures and the lighting of the tree on the Common. Marlborough's Home for the Holidays first began in 1993 when Mayor of Marlborough, Michael Hogan, requested funds to be donated by the Salmon Pond Mall to cultivate activities in downtown. From then on, a portion of the event involved the mayor lighting the tree on the Commons and welcoming Santa to town. This year will be Mayor Arthur Vigent's first Home for the Holidays celebration.
I have to tell you, in 18 years of being a city councilor, this is an event I hadn't been to before. So it's not one that I know how it works and you know, can just kind of go through the motions. I'm kind of really excited about it. It's my first opportunity. We're working with Santa right now to make sure everything is taking place and there's no glitches, and hopefully a lot of people show up and we get to sing a few songs and hand out some candy canes, and it's going to be a fantastic night. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Home for the Holidays is a great family event where both children and adults can enjoy a night full of holiday spirit, caroling, and hot cocoa.
The Home for the Holidays is actually a citywide event. We actually work with the mayor's office, and what the recreation department and what the mayor's office try to do, we try to present a family event for that evening. So we have a tree lighting ceremony with the mayor. Santa comes in. We have a petting zoo. We give out popcorn and cocoa to the kids that come that night. The high school chorus comes down and plays a little music in the background. The tree lighting ceremony is going on. And then later in the evening, we have some concerts that go on at the church up beyond the park, there in the Union Common.
This year, the free Home for the Holidays celebration will be held on December 6th at 6 p.m. on Union Common. Don't miss out on your opportunity to meet Santa and watch the initial lighting of the tree on the Common. Children better grab their pens and a piece of paper because Santa's mailboxes are back. Send off your Christmas wish list to the North Pole by placing them in one of 2 mailboxes located in downtown Marlborough. Santa's mailboxes have officially been placed outside of the Florence Street Post Office and City Hall. This long-time Marlborough tradition allows children all across the city to mail out their holiday wish list to Santa at the North Pole. Mayor Arthur Vigent and the postmaster announced the Home for the Holiday event, holiday mailing deadlines, holiday stamps, and mailed the first letter to the North Pole in a press conference held this week.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nick Salikas, the local postmaster here in town. And today we welcome you here for the unveiling of our Santa boxes that we've been doing for about the past 15 years. What we like to do is encourage all the children in this community to write their letters to Santa Claus, and of course we'll personally deliver them to the North Pole, and I'm sure you'll be receiving a letter back from Santa very shortly. So get ready, get your pens out, get your envelopes, put your letter in there. And I'd like to review some of our deadlines for our mailing season for the adults in this community. First class mail, if you want it to get there by Christmas time, is December 20th. Our priority service is December 21st, and our express mail is December 22nd. So those are the deadlines that you need to follow if you want to make sure that your package or your letter gets there in time. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to our mayor. Congratulations on your election, Mr. Vigent.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick. It's an exciting time for everyone, but especially for the children of the city. And I want to thank you very much for doing this again, as you have for so many years. I also like to announce that next Friday night at 6 o'clock we'll do our tree lighting down at Union Common. We'll have Santa there pulling up in his big red sleigh. We'll also have some treats for the kids, and we'll do some sing-alongs with the high school bands and string ensemble and the chorus up there. So we're really looking forward to next Friday night, and I think that at this time I'll drop in the first envelope for Santa, and I'll probably let you know later in January if he actually responded to me. So with that,
Again, thank
that's
you very
fantastic.
much, Mayor. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Come out
everyone.
next Friday night and join us for the tree lighting at 6 o'clock at Union Common.
Shoppers had the opportunity to check out some of this season's holiday gifts at a pop-up holiday boutique this week on Main Street. The Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce recently held a holiday boutique at the Main Street Cafe to help residents and holiday shoppers cross that special someone off their shopping list.
Every year we do a little something different. Every year we provide, and it started with our Women's Business Council. We provided an availability to some of our members to just exhibit the things that they make. Most everything here is either handmade or a personal business. So we decided that this would be a great venue. We want everybody to come downtown. We're at the Main Street Cafe. They've opened their doors to us on a time when they normally closed. And people will just come in and they'll do a little bit of Christmas shopping and holiday shopping.
Holiday shoppers stopped by the pop-up boutique in hopes of getting a head start on their shopping.
Well, I came out to the Main Street Cafe to do a little shopping. I heard that the few good vendors were going to be here, and I wanted to pick up, some gifts for some family and friends and let them. I brought my mother and my best friend with me, so, they can pick something out.
The boutique was not only a great way for shoppers to preview what products vendors have for the holiday season, but it was also a great way for the vendors to promote their business.
I came out so I could get my name out there more about Scentsy and get the word out, because a lot of people still don't know what Scentsy is. And so I just wanted to get my business to get a lot more customers and stuff like that, so build the client base.
The Marlborough Chamber of Commerce Holiday Boutique was a success by bringing many residents out to preview products and by boosting local vendors' sales. For years, Marlborough seniors have been waiting to hear about the possibility of a new Council on Aging building. Well, as of this week, that possibility has become a reality. Ward Park has been selected as the proposed site for a new $7 million senior center.
It's an exciting time. We've been talking about a new senior center for a few years now. There was discussion about a few different renovations throughout the city and whether that would work. Councils seem a little reluctant in doing a couple of the renovation projects. We started looking at the Bigelow School, and from there it was determined that maybe the location would best on the other side of Ward Park, which was a vacant lot where we could build a brand new senior center. So,
benefits of this new location include easy access off of Granger Boulevard. It's located near field and track space, allowing seniors the opportunity to have more recreational accessibility, and it will be a great spot for all city residents to enjoy.
When it's done, it's a place where people can go and enjoy themselves and have fun there for many, many, many years to come. The projects we just finished up, the Westerly treatment plant, the Easterly treatment plant that we're going into now and going through design for that construction, we're spending over $100 million. But it's not something where people can visit and be proud of, and it's an essential part of the city. But with the senior center, it's going to be something completely different. It's going to be something that we can all enjoy.
The seniors have been anxiously awaiting the announcement of this new senior center.
They're very excited, and they're like, "When's the groundbreaking?" So I can't answer that question yet, but we're just excited to see the new design team in place, and the mayor going in front of the finance committee seeking the $500,000 for the preliminary work. It's just great news for all of us here.
The selection of the new site is the first step in a long process for the new senior center. However, now that the ball is rolling, seniors can look forward to a new building. It's not always easy to travel in and out of New York City. However, for those who wish to see a show or do some city shopping, they will have the opportunity to do so next week. There is still time to sign up for a trip to New York City that is being hosted by the Marlborough Recreation Department.
The Recreation Department is sponsoring a trip to New York City on December 8th. There's still availability for people to register. The cost is just $60. And it's pretty much, you're on your own, whether you like to go shopping, whether you like to purchase tickets like to the Rockettes. A few people that are going that day have tickets already purchased. So you're pretty much on your own. We leave at 6 a.m. in the morning here from Galone Park, and we'll return, I believe, at 6 o'clock that night. So it's a one-day, $60 fee, and it's been very successful in the past. We've done several of them, and people come back. They've had a great time in New York City, and we go to Manhattan. That's where the drop-off is.
The bus can hold about 50 people, so if you're interested in a trip to New York City but do not want to worry about driving, traffic, or parking, call the Recreation Department at 508-624-6925 for your reservation. Still to come on Marlborough this week, Marlborough High School's athletic department inducted new members to its Hall of Fame. But first, winter parking bans are in effect. Don't risk your car getting towed. We'll be right back after this break.
Credit scores are an objective look at how you have handled your credit over the years and are most often called FICO scores. It's like a report card, only one that stays with you for life. The higher your score, the greater the indication that you will pay your bills on time. A higher score means you pose less risk to a lender and therefore may qualify for the best program. By paying your bills on time and using credit wisely, you impact your credit score in a positive way. Scores of 700 or better are considered excellent and place you in the best position to be approved for a loan or line of credit at the best possible rate. What's used to calculate your credit score? Payment history to see if you're paying your bills on time. Amounts owed. Length of credit history, new credit, and types of credit used. It's a good idea to view your credit report at least annually to make sure that the information contained is accurate. A free copy of your credit score is available to you once a year at annualcreditreport.com and will show you what your score is. For more information about credit and credit scores, visit the Resource Center at agreatbank.com.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. The winter season is right around the corner, and with the winter season generally comes snow and cold weather. In preparation for this, the city has initiated its parking ban. The city's overnight winter parking ban goes into effect on December 1st and will continue through March 15th. During that period, on-street parking is prohibited from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. every night. Vehicles violating the ban are subject to $10 penalty. Additionally, vehicles that interfere with snow or ice removal operations are subject to towing and storage at the owner's expense. If no snow is predicted, exceptions from this ban are granted on High Street, Brown Street, Brook Street, Emmett Street, and Ringgold Street. Over the years, bullying has become a growing problem amongst children and teenagers. At this week's school committee meeting, school officials discussed what they plan to do to prevent bullying. District officials told the school committee on Tuesday that a new anti-bullying curriculum in its pilot phase this year aims to create a caring and respectful community and prevent bullying at the school. The bully-proofing program aims to encourage bystanders who witness bullying behavior to step in and act, as well as encouraging assertiveness and relaying avoidance and deflection techniques for the victims of bullying. School officials have held one parent forum on the anti-bullying curriculum and plan to hold workshops for parents at each individual school.
We're really trying to hit home with families about the impact that bullying does have on our students through the most real sense. So that training is something that we'll be taking to the schools with parents. We do provide a lot of literature during those trainings, as well as some real hands-on tactics and techniques that they can use with their children to best prevent them from getting involved, or when they are involved, what to do.
Members of the committee said they hoped school officials could find other ways to get information out to parents in case the workshops do not generate a lot of participation. However, the bully-proofing program is still a work in progress. An extremely talented group of former Panther athletes and coaches were recently honored in a major way. Alexandra Grace joins us now with the details of who these athletes are and what big recognition they received. Al?
Thank you, Alicia. It's a dream for many high school athletes to be inducted into their Athletic Hall of Fame. A group of previous athletes and coaches at Marlborough High fulfilled that dream and were honored for their achievements at the Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. 5 former athletes, 1 coach, and 1 team have been inducted into the Marlborough High School Athletic Hall of Fame. The induction ceremony was filled with family, friends, past coaches, and teammates. Each new Hall of Famer spoke of their appreciation and happiness for being selected and gave thanks to all those who supported them throughout their athletic career. The 2012 inductees include Nick Seymour, a 3-sport athlete earning 3 varsity letters in both football and baseball, as well as 4 letters in hockey.
My memories of Marlborough High are some of the best memories I've ever had, and I really appreciate getting into the hall.
John Dunbar, a 3-sport athlete who played football and ran indoor and outdoor track. Dunbar is a recipient of the J.J. Bradley Award.
I had a great time at Marlborough High. I had wonderful friends. I still have a lot of friends who I think about all the time, and this is going to make them all happy. So thank you very much.
Tracy Giroux, a varsity basketball player her sophomore, junior, and senior year. Giroux also played soccer and tennis and earned basketball MVP honors at Salve Regina.
My fondest memories in high school and college were not the proms and the parties, but the times on the fields and the courts. Competing or practicing, those were the great times, those were the great memories.
Twins Carol Dutchka and Kristen Davis, members of the 91 girls state champion soccer team. Carol earned a soccer scholarship to Penn State. Kristen played 4 years at Boston University.
The team dinners, pasta dinners, making and hanging banners in the Marlborough High foyers for on game days, wearing our jerseys to school, playing under the lights at Kelleher.
John Butler, Panthers hockey coach for 25 years. Butler won the Division III state title in 2005 and was inducted into the Massachusetts State High School Hockey Coaches Association class of 2012.
The players, I could write a book and talk hours about the players I coached, but all I can say is thank you very much. You have enriched my life as a person and for giving me a meaningful purpose in life.
And the 1985 state championship girls soccer team, a league record of 13-0-0, an overall record of 21-0-2, and allowing only 5 goals all season. These individuals are recognized for their athletic achievements and contributions to Marlborough athletics. They'll join the rest of their Hall of Famers on the Wall of Champions at Marlborough High. Marlborough's athletic program inducts new athletes and coaches every 2 years. Their names are announced during halftime at the Thanksgiving Day football game. Back to you, Alicia.
Thanks, Al. According to the mayor, one surrounding town owes the city of Marlborough over $100,000. Obtaining this money was one of the biggest topics at this week's City Council meeting. At the City Council meeting this week, Mayor Arthur Vigent told councilors that Northborough owes the city about $190,000 for sewer treatment, and that town officials there have stopped responding to Marlborough's requests for payment. Vigent said 3 facilities in Northborough, including Algonquin High School, a Dewey Pile, and a commercial building, have all tied in their sewage to the Marlborough system, where it is processed at the Westerly Wastewater Treatment Plant. Public Works Commissioner Ron Lafreniere said that the town of Northborough pays for the service and the private companies, in turn, make payments to the town. However, Vigent said recently Northborough officials have become unresponsive to requests for collection. Vigent and city officials are going to push harder for collection, and if no payment is received, Northborough services will be turned off. Hillside School, one of Marlborough's many nonprofit organizations, is dedicated to helping middle-aged boys grow and mature. The Hillside School was first established as a self-sustaining school for poor and homeless boys in 1901 in Greenwich, Mass. In 1927, Hillside School moved to its present location in Marlborough, where it has evolved into a school for middle-aged boys, grades 5 through 9, committed to providing structured, supportive, and challenging academic opportunities in preparation for secondary school.
We don't just take care of the students during the academic class day, they also live here 7 days a week in many cases. So we have athletic programs, academic programs, and residential life-specific programs as well. Everything from cutting-edge 21st century skill academics to our farm, to off-campus trips, to a recent trip to the Dominican Republic that's coming up for service learning. So all facets of fun school life.
For many middle-aged boys, the Hillside School is just the right spot. They are able to grow and evolve with little distraction and also learn and compete to their highest ability. One Hillside student, class of 2004, had such a great experience he decided to come back as a staff member.
I really wanted to be a teacher, and I thought, this is where I really started my journey in education. Before this, I had been in public schools and jumping from one school to the next, and Hillside was really a big stepping stone for me to go to high school and then college. So I thought it was a great way to come back and learn again how to do something different.
Hillside School doesn't just teach in the classroom, they have many hands-on programs that are incorporated in their curriculum. One of those programs is their full working farm. The farm is a unique way to immerse the students into farm life and teach simple manual labor.
A lot of our boys are actually from the city, so many of them have never had any contact with animals or a farm before. And a lot of kids thrive down here and they can't wait for the next day and to come back. We do get the kids who just don't really want anything to do with it. They come here, they put in their effort and they do what they're told, but they're pretty happy when they go back up. But for the most part, the kids love it down here.
For more information on the Hillside School or to enroll your middle-aged boy, visit hillsideschool.net. You can look for more information about the Hillside School on Marlborough Living, airing in a couple of weeks here on WMCT-TV. That's all for this week. Thank you for watching Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brand. Please be sure to like WMCT-TV on Facebook. And also, we've created a Twitter account. Follow me at AliciaWMCT for updates on Marlborough news and what's going on in the station. Thanks again, and as always, tune in next week for more in Marlborough news.